Hello everyone. Today I am going to talk about why a person might become corrupted. The basic question, what explains corrupt behavior, has long plagued scholars and practitioners. Once I talked with one of my friends from India and he had experienced something very interesting from his village. As you see, this village is not at all popular and is very small, and most of the people earn very little money. His uncle is an inspector for the village and recently resigned that job because of the unlawful practices that he had to do. He was forced to accept bribes and to release men who had committed serious crimes. As you see, this is corruption. So how do people get corrupted? People typically do not wake up one morning and suddenly decide to become corrupt. Corruption is a measured process, slowly enveloping its victims. Corruption begins with the seeds of discontent, unhappiness, and the need for recognition. Members of corrupted groups swear allegiance to their groups, ignoring their duty to the greater community. Personal values replace community values. Corrupted group members become loyal to individual values and to the values of the group. Corrupted groups form cocoons in which they function. In this cocoon, corrupted group members validate one another's corrupt activities. Corruption has recently received renewed attention in policy and academic circles because despite the rise and spread of the global anti-corruption movement, many highly corrupted countries have made little progress in reducing corruption. Many factors like weak regulations and monitoring of the situation and lack of transparency in the administration are breeding grounds for corruption. It is also affected by the environment surrounding them. Many cities and areas have high levels of market and focus on monopolization of political power. This forces such people to be at the top of the competition through the means of corruption. But let's take a more personal look, shall we? Unhappy and discontented people try to seek a change that will bring them happiness. Corruption serves as a means to obtain happiness through power. Greed for money and other desires is a significant reason for why a person might become corrupted. They use corruption as a power mask to hide their insecurity. Power places one person or a group above the others, creating an illusion of happiness through control. Corrupted people or groups often resort to illegal or oppressive tactics to obtain power or to keep this power. Lording over people cannot bring happiness. Corruption only masks insecurities. The corruption mask, when stripped away, reveals personal insecurities. Good leadership deters corruption. With good leadership, people respect their leaders and are shown respect in turn. Good leadership creates an environment wherein people can feel good about themselves and to the greater group to which they belong. So how does greed affect our sense of morality? We become tempted to do many unethical works. Like, who among you haven't been tempted to do something horrid? Of course, each and every one of us have been tempted at some point in our lives. But people who lack personal morals easily fall into the dangerous jaws of corruption. Now, whenever you are not tempted to do something dishonest, you should thank a special area of your brain right above your left ear. This area is called the lateral prefrontal cortex. The left side of the brain region is the one that focuses on sooner or smaller rewards, while the right side focuses on the better decisions in life. The proper coordination of both these sides are responsible for making fruitful decisions and not falling into temptations. We must know that corruption is not something that can be removed from the world in an instant. But still, we must be always avoiding corrupt activities and prevent them from happening too. It's a marvelous thing to think about. What if people had a little bit more control over themselves? Would the world be a better place? Would the world be corruption free? And that's a question worth thinking about. Thank you.